So today we're going to take a crack at replacing this monitor here for this Toshiba notebook. What do we got here? We got a, I don't know if that comes through or not. Not really. Well, it's a Toshiba Satellite L500D-00F. And again, as you can tell, monitor is a little cracked up, smashed up, so we're going to replace it with a monitor that was purchased from laptopscreen.com. Here's the replacement monitor. It came in a nicely bubble wrapped package, securely fastened into a box, safe and good for shipping. So, like any time you work with electronics, we're going to start by ensuring that the AC is removed from the wall, and we're going to pull out the battery to prevent any damage to any other hardware, just like so. Put that off to the side. So to get right into this, the monitor is secured by 4 screws in the four corners, one down here, this side, and then the upper corners here and here. The top 2 are hidden by these little rubber stoppers. 4 screws. The face covering or bezel will come off with nothing more than some snap clips. To remove the snap clips, just give a little inward pressure on the side as you pull away, and you'll avoid breaking as many as possible. Once that's loose, the middle of the bottom is actually hooked over top of the hinging bracket, and all we need to remove that is a little upward force or pressure when the monitor is as far back as it can go. So we just gently get into this edge right here and just pull it straight up, and it should just slip right over top of that hinge. So there's the bezel removed. We'll put that off to the side for now. Now the monitor is exposed. It's attached to the fastening hinge right here with a couple of screws on the side, and then the wires in the back. Other than that, it's fairly straightforward. So we'll pull these 4 screws off and we'll get to the wires in the back. Okay, so once you get these 4 screws out, or 4 at the top, 2 at the bottom, 6 screws in total, then you'll see that the monitor becomes free from those hinges, right, on both sides. Now if we just tip this forward a little bit, I'll try to rotate it for the camera. The monitor itself is fixed with this one little wire at the top and the LCD or LED power supply wire at the bottom. This wire here at the top, you'll see that it's basically just a slip-in plug, except for the fact that the original one is actually taped down with this little piece of overlapping tape right here. So pull this piece of tape, and then the wire just comes undone. Pretty simple. And then the same thing with the power supply wire here at the end. That just clips in. Now our monitor is free. So there's your power supply LED and that one plug there. Now we're ready to put in the new monitor. We got the new monitor over here for replacement. It comes with this screen protector. We're going to leave that on right up until the end so that we don't have to worry too much about scratching the screen. Again, we've got the LCD power supply wire and the main power supply plug, which we will fasten down with a piece of tape near the end so that we do not have to worry about it coming unplugged later on. Or in this case, we'll just reuse the old sticky tape. It's still fairly sticky. So the power supply wire here, it only goes in one way, which is kind of nice, but for convenience the red is pointing up. Okay, so we've got the LCD power supply wire down here plugged in. Now just our main cable here. Just make sure you line it up nice before you try to force it in. Pressure here is not necessary. If you've got it lined up right, it should just slip in. Like so. One on each end. Click, click, and we'll use the tape to make sure it's sealed back down. Now we just lift the monitor up into place, making sure our brackets are clear. Once it's up and in place, then we can put in our 6 screws on the side to hold it firmly in place. Okay, so the top screw here is in a bit of a slot, which would give the impression that the monitor can go up or down, but if you put that first screw in first, just leave it a little bit loose, put the bottom screw in, which is only a single hole, it'll force the monitor into the position that it's got to go, and then you can put the middle screw in and then tighten up all 3. Of course, you don't want it too incredibly tight. It's just to hold the monitor in place. A nice snug tension is all we need. So now basically to finish the installation of the monitor, we're just going to go in reverse, making sure everything is nicely tucked away here. We're just going to push the LCD power supply wire off to the side here, tucking it in like so. We'll just use the screwdriver to tuck it in there. And then we'll replace the bezel, again, in exactly the opposite order that we went into. First, just lining it up to make sure that our screen is in the right place. Everything there looks good. Then we'll take off our screen protector, seeing as how we won't be able to do that later on. There's just these couple of pieces of tape on the side. You can just cut those off on the edge. You'll never see the leftover tape behind the bezel anyways. And then, like I said, our screen is clean and protected through the installation. So now we'll just snap our bezel back in. To do that, again, you can use a fine tip screwdriver to just push the front hinge cover over top of the hinge. Just apply a little downward force on the inside of the cover until it goes over top of the hinges. Line it up with the monitor and just snap your snap clips into place. And then we'll put the 4 screws in and we'll fire it up and test it out. Okay, so we got the screws in, our little rubber caps back over top. We're just going to replace the battery and we'll fire this thing up and see if it works. So if everything went accordingly, we got the AC back on, battery back in. It's all snapped together, screwed together on the front with just a click of the button. Somewhere. There we go. So now our monitor is back up and running. Laptopscreens.com paired us up with the appropriate monitor according to their website. The installation is pretty simple and straightforward, and as you can see now we've got a nice flawless, crack-free monitor to continue using this slightly aged notebook a little bit longer. So thank you very much for watching the video. As I said earlier, laptopscreens.com. Thank you.